Alex Stein, Primetime99, welcome to the program. I can't believe you're here right now. I'm so excited.
We made it. We made it barely, but we are here this morning. It's a busy morning. I've been in freaking Tampa Bay. And when you get back, like my cats are going nuts. I got laundry, all of the little stuff that I have to get done. I don't get done before I leave town. So I just come back to a nightmare. So I'm ready to go.
Well, this is my co-host, Gadfly. He's sitting in with us today. He is in Dallas, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Sure am.
I invited him here because I wanted to make sure that he writes in Alex Stein for family court judge for Mary Brown's
301st District. Yes.
301st District. And I found out that he has not voted yet. And so this one right here, he's going to be writing your name in on that ballot.
And we're going to win. And the problem is, though, Gadfly, you're not a big booty Latina, so you're not going to be favored in my court. You're going to actually be a lower class citizen in my court, but it's okay. At least I will be more favorable to single dads, though. So if you knock a girl up, I'll be more gracious in my room.
Oh, great.
Tell me, Alex, how did this get started for you? Why are you running against Mary Brown? I happen to know a little bit about her background, but I think you might know more.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mary Brown is the judge that has made a lot of controversial headlines because she's the one that voted for Jeff Younger. Jeff Younger is a guy that ran, I forget what he ran for Congress or something, but I don't even remember what political position he ran for, to be honest. But his two 6-year-olds at the time, I think, of their divorce, one is being transitioned by the mother, and he's trying to stop that. And so Mary Brown is one of the judges that put in, I guess, a stay order or whatever it is, where he does not have any visitation whatsoever. And that she's able to give the kid whatever, gender reassignment surgeries that I guess the parent deems necessary. So this is the problem, is we have people like Mary Brown, which really in the big scheme of things, like on this, ever since I put my name in, a lot of people on the conservative side are getting mad. Like, we have this write-in candidate. We like Earl Jackson, and you're going to split the vote. First of all, not one person running for this judge filled out their paperwork in time to be on the ballot. So all these people are like, oh, you're not a serious person. Well, look, bitch, you're not serious either. You didn't even do the paperwork in time.
No, they didn't.
Like, oh, you're not serious. Well, then go do the paperwork in time.
Look at this. Stumped on the button. One Dallas County race has no official candidates. How serious could you be if you didn't fill out the paperwork properly?
My point exactly. So really, I'm just only using this as a litmus test to see what kind of attention I'll garner, because I am going in 2023. I am going to run a serious mayor race. I mean, I'm probably not going to win because the mayor here is pretty popular. He's, he's a little bipartisan, unless, some huge scandal comes out. But I just kind of want to see what kind of political pool I have. And I don't imagine I have very much at all whatsoever. But this is the thing. Now I put my name out there. Now Megan's writing about it. Now Gadfly is signing my name. Now we're just getting that positive vibrational energy. It's that momentum. It's like Beto O'Rourke. He hasn't won. Well, I guess he's won some elections in the past, but his last two, he's 0 for 2, and he still gets to run. So my point being is you can actually turn a loss into a positive campaign, messaging, whatever you want to call it. It is positive, I think, just to get out there and put your name.
It's kind of like a resume of running beforehand, and so it kind of follows you through. Yeah.
I like the campaign poster. I think this is very well done. And I think everyone should write in Alex Stein for 301st Family Court District or Family District Court. The family court is a big mess, Alex. Do you know how bad it is there?
Sadly, I'm very familiar. My parents got divorced, and then they married other people and got divorced. They didn't have kids with their new people, so it was a little less messy. But no, for me, it was one of the most traumatic issues. As a kid, I had to pick who I wanted to live with. I had to go in front of a court. I mean, some of my first memories is going to a family district court. So yeah, no, it's not some freaking little walk in the park. It's a pretty intense thing. And that's why these judges are important. But there's also something to say that it's like when we just so lean into identity politics so much, like, oh, as long as they're Republican, they're on my side. First of all, these things are very nuanced. You could get a bad Republican judge in the family district court. There's no, just because their political ideology is one way, you're going to get a better, fair shake necessarily. So I guess my point is the family district court thing is a mess. And just because it's Republicans in there, that's not necessarily going to fix it.
No,
So that's all I'm
and Mary
saying.
Brown has had more problems than just that.
She's the worst. Yeah, she is. Mary Brown, I mean, I'm saying she needs to be gone. She is the worst. But if she was this big a threat, which she is, why didn't anybody on the conservative side fill out the paperwork in time, and then they would just be able to crush her because everybody would be voting Republican and they would have automatically won? Like, I don't understand how it was such a – because I'm not a serious candidate. Obviously not. But they claim to be. But they're so serious, they don't even know how to read a deadline. So it's kind of weird.
If you win, what happens if you win? Are you going to put on the black robe and sit on the bench?
Of course. Oh, I'm sitting on the bench. I'm going to be like Judge Judy. I'm going to be smacking people. I'm going to be in there, giving custody. You get custody. You get custody. I'm going to just be like Oprah with custody. Just boom, bam. And we're going to get it. We're going to get some whatever the child support payments, we're going to have it dialed in fair. And, you're not going to get ripped off. I'm a Libra, so I was built for this. I was born in October, so I kind of have to be a judge. I don't want to be a judge, but the planets aligned in that way. So now I'm obligated.
I can't think of anything I want more, really, than to see Alex Stein in a black robe with a gavel making decisions. Will you open your courtroom to cameras? Will you put cameras?
Are you kidding? You can't come in without. We're gonna have selfie cam. You have to even just take a selfie yourself to participate. People say, "Oh, I don't want to be on camera." Too bad. This is the selfie cam. You got to take your best selfie, upload it to Instagram, tag Judge Primetime Alex Stein, and that's how we do this. It's going to be a totally different courtroom experience, and it's the future of court. It's the future of court will be my courtroom. So imagine a courtroom 50 years in the future, selfie cam, full digitalization of, we're going to be in the metaverse. It is going to be court in the metaverse. I'm going to have the first metaverse divorce trial ever.
Everybody
sponsored by Mark Zuckerberg.
Oculus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man!
But they're still standing right next to each other. They're just using.
Yeah, we're all next to each other, but it's just. Yeah, but we're using virtual reality. It'll be like we're doing the court in Jamaica. It'll be like we're at the beach.
On the beach. But the question is, will you wear costumes like this? That's what I want.
Of course, Ronnie the Rat. Duh, Ronnie the Rat is. And I'm so mad. Yesterday or what is it? 2 days ago, I was traveling on Halloween, but Ronnie the Rat. He's a viral sensation. I got to bring Ronnie the Rat out more. I just can't believe that everybody loves a rat costume. So, Megan, be on the lookout.
I didn't even know
rat
about
is
this.
Coming.
I didn't even know about the rat. Gadfly just told me about it, and I was like, "What? He dressed up like a furry."
Ronnie the Rat.
People love Ronnie the Rat, and I do too. I don't want to act like I'm indifferent. I just didn't realize me putting a rat costume. Everybody now wants the rat. Where's the rat? Gadfly. Everybody, where's the rat? You wear one rat costume. You can't stop wearing the rat costume. It's hard.
Yeah, right. Well, we all need to bring more awareness to furries is really the reason why people love Ronnie the Rat so much. It's an important cause.
That's really what it is. It is a bipartisan, emotional, heart-wrenching cause. So people are more dialed into it and tuned. And I actually can't argue that because it was an emotional thing for me. You guys ought to see my next mask. I don't even want to. I have one of these puppy play leather masks, and I was going to go speak it. It's so bad. And I was going to, and I don't even want to put it on here because I don't even know if you can show the mask on YouTube, even though it's not necessarily sexual. They're just so crazy. But I was going to wear it last night, but they usually, in McKinney, they do the public comment at the end, but for some reason they did it at the beginning. So I showed up at the end of the meeting and we missed it, but I had the mask ready to go and everything. And one of my buddies, he was going to say a speech. He's like, Alex, if you wear that mask in there, they're going to arrest you. You would have to go do the speech and put it on halfway through because it looks so
creepy.
Weird. It just looks so creepy. They're like, dude, they're going to think you're a school shooter type person, wearing that mask. Seriously, because it looks like that. They're going to think that you got something really screw majorly loose, which I do. Yet,
if you wore that to, let's say, a public school, you'd probably be fine. No one would say.
Are you kidding? They would they'd give me a book and tell me to read to the students. They say it's time to go read. Yeah.
Educational material right there.
100%. So
no, I love it. Yeah. I love what you do. When I first saw, I don't remember the first video I saw of you, but it was it was probably the COVID rap.
The Fauci ouchie, the one that put me on the map.
The Fauci ouchie. And you're like my spirit animal, Alex. I've been trolling public boards for a really long time, but the way that I do it, I yell at them and they really don't like it. And then they break the law because they don't like it. Well, I've got one a new one that I might actually be able to sue because they cut me off before my time. Well, because I was explaining the law to them. And they said this, they said, the chair has the right to cut off comment that is not in alignment with the dignity of the body.
Yeah. No, they always have some sort of weird rule, but yeah. Hey,
Well,
but this is the problem. Well, I know. Yeah, it's very vague. But this is the thing: is Megan? I really got him over a barrel on this deal in Dallas County. Our county judge Clay Jenkins, who's a terrible guy, he sued Governor Abbott once Abbott lifted the mask mandates to keep the mask going, and he lost.
Of course.
And so he just wasted a bunch of taxpayer money. It's just, the guy's terrible. But in college, he wore blackface, or he calls camouflage. He painted himself all black and then went into a girl's dorm room to steal their underwear, got charged with trespassing, and was arrested twice because of it. It was like a whole big ordeal on campus. And I just brought up a D Magazine article about it, and I started reading it, and I'd given copies to each of the commissioner, and he's the county judge. Well, what happened was as soon as I started reading it, 15 seconds into it, one of the commissioners said, "Bailiff, get out of here! You can't read anything disparaging about us." First of all, I'm just literally reading an article that from an interview that he agreed to, which is actually, there was a favorable article. D Magazine's like this liberal leftist wing, hates me. They write hate pieces about me all the time, but they just wrote a positive piece about him. But they mentioned his college arrest. Well, in Dallas, that's not that's an unlawful removal because only the county judge can remove somebody without a vote. Now, the commissioner could have easily removed me, but they would have had to do a vote. He didn't do a vote. He told the cop to give me. So the cops had me under arrest. They already wanted to settle. They tried to settle for $6,000. I said no. I'm asking for $250,000. Now, I don't think I'm probably going to get that. But if I did, I would donate a lot to a cat rescue animal shelter here in Dallas. I'm not going to keep all of the county's money. I'm not that evil. But
you might get like 30. I think
that's what I'm saying. I'm going to get something, and
more
that's
than 6,
I'm going to get.
It's not going to be.
I'm going to get more than 6. Yeah. They already tried to settle for 6.
No,
so
and these people should be sued. They should be sued every time they break the law like that. Which is why I love what you do. I don't know how often you've sued boards, but you should. Every time they break the law, they need to be sued. Whether it's the Open Meetings Act in the state or
Brown
whatever
Act,
it is.
yeah, in certain states, they all have some sort of a Public Meetings Act, And that's the other thing, though, Megan, is the freaking problem is now they're like, oh, Alex, you're controlled opposition because like in Dallas, they're trying to get rid of the public comment, and in California, they put in legislation where now they can do. Well, technically they don't have to. If they can. There is like some sort of rules where if you don't have the public comment, then you don't have to abide by like the civil rights, type stuff. But you can still conduct a meeting by letting people speak on hearing items, but you can't have let's just the public speak, because that's really where people like to speak, is in the open comment, at least at city council meetings. So they know they look stupid trying to do it. They're sitting there like, oh, we should limit free speech. Anybody saying that, doesn't matter if you're left wing or right wing, you feel like an idiot, having that mindset. But they still kind of want to do it. And then California, they passed it at the state level where a person running the meeting, because the Brown Act is so strict about letting people speak, if they're being, totally disruptive, like they've been in Los Angeles at their city council meetings and stuff, now they have a little more leeway to cancel the meeting or cancel the speaker, which is, it is what it is. There's a gray area. It's like either you let us speak or you don't let us speak. And until they like stop letting us speak, they can keep on putting all these stupid rules to make it a little trickier. But I would feel really guilty. I'm saying I don't feel so bad about the rules, but I feel really guilty if they got rid of it totally.
No, but don't, because listen, if they try to do that, and Wisconsin has that same like codicil where they don't have to let the public speak, and I personally think they should be sued for that. I think the state of Wisconsin should be sued for violating the Constitution, because the public has a right to address your public bodies for grievances. That's literally in the First Amendment. Yeah. You have a right to address the government for public grievances, and there's no other time to do that. There's 2 instances you can do that. 1, in front of a public board, and 2, file a lawsuit. That's the only 2 ways you can do it. So to take the one way away that's free and doesn't cost the public any money, I think even a third-rate law student could make the argument to force them to take that out of their Open Meetings Act. And I think anybody making any moves to silence and squelch the public should be ridiculed, mocked, and sued immediately. And I don't think that that's going to work. I mean, they can try and they can blame you, and they will, believe me, they will. Yeah. Put the blame on you, but it's not your fault. It's actually the fault of tyrants who don't want to hear from the people. Did you see this, Alex? Did you see this article? Let's declare a pandemic amnesty by Emily Oster.
Yeah. And honestly, this is how sick I am in my head, though. It's like I am, even though these people, and I lost my mother to these protocols, the worst thing in the
Oh
world. People
God, I'm
laugh
so
and
sorry.
they say the worst crap to me. Um, but I almost do. This sounds crazy. I almost do think we should be empathetic to some of these people, not all of them. Now we need to hold these people accountable, like the Dr. Fauci's. But a lot of these people were actually brainwashed. Now these blue checkmark writers, no, they deserve to be. They're kind of feet on
Not
the
her.
fire.
Let me just say,
But not
not
her.
her.
But I'm talking about kind of the people that were scared from COVID, because now I'm seeing this swing side where all these people are trying to dunk in their face. It's weird. It's kind of this weird thing where it's like, forget all these blue check marks that just work for the medical industrial complex. No, we need to crush them, into eternity online. But a lot of these people that we fought with at the grocery store and stuff, they thought what they were doing was right. And I'm almost sympathetic to them now because, dude, after this last pandemic with all of constant media, constant everywhere you go on the radio, get your vaccine, do this, you're going to die, 800,000 dead. I've never seen trauma-based mind control so hardcore in my entire life. So I'm almost empathetic because I think the majority of human beings, we're not that smart. We're people can get tricked. So I am a little empathetic to the just human beings that were just trying to do the right thing.
People, I agree with you. Like to my neighbors and stuff. Like I'll forgive them. Although I think it's a good.
I forgive all those type people.
I think
just
it's
want
a
to say
good
that,
start
yeah.
for them to actually ask for forgiveness and say, "I'm sorry, I went over the deep end." Like that's the weird thing.
I mean, I got kicked out of the YMCA. I cut my own hair, Megan, because they wouldn't let me sit at a hair salon. I'm serious. It's just
I got kicked out of Michael's. My child and
I've been kicked out of everywhere.
We got chased around Michael's like we were thieving. We had 5 employees and converting.
I've been kicked out of Trader Joe's, Target, everywhere. I mean, I'm not even trying to lessen. It's just like I feel like, oh man, do I really hate that Target guy? No, I mean I don't. But it's a weird situation. This is where I get frustrated because we fought a 20-year war in the Middle East for weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist. When Barack Obama got in, he didn't take away soldiers. He added more soldiers to the Middle East. And then once they tell us, we didn't, it was all for nothing. And when we left there, people were just flying off planes. Nobody cares. Nobody's like, why did we waste those trillions of dollars? Why did we, people lost their eyes? Like Dan Crenshaw and still wants to fight more wars. But what happened was nobody gets outraged. As a matter of fact, they get tricked into rooting for more money to Ukraine. So I'm seeing just the group, and I'm just evaluating the group as a group of human beings. We're very dumb. Individually, some people can be smart, but the bigger the group, the dumber we get.
Very dumb. Yeah.
It's very dumb. And so it's like, oh man, nobody's outraged about the stuff in the Middle East. I'm kind of like, we're just going to we're just going to pass that. No big deal. The war in Afghanistan was total waste. Millions of Muslims dead for nothing. Muammar Gaddafi, who ran Libya, who we killed, it was not a slave state. Now it's literally the one place on earth where you can go to a slave auction here today. And that's what we went and we, made it better. We brought it democracy. It's like, why are we not gonna?
I was on a show yesterday with one of the dads from Dearborn that got all pissed off and went to the public meeting. I'm sure you saw that. Hassan Shami was on with me yesterday, and he said, we were trying to talk about what is the deal with Republicans and Muslims? How come there's such a big divide? And we boiled it down to, well, there's a lot of fear. Republicans have fear of Muslims. Republicans think Muslims don't love this country. And he said, you know what we don't love? We don't love your foreign policy. I'm like, you know what? I don't either. So we don't have an argument anymore because my eyes are now wide open. Our foreign policy has been absolute shit.
Yeah, Muslim people really don't commit crime. They're pretty laid back in America. I mean, we turn them into the boogeyman now that we've turned the same people on January 6th, the people that care about our country the most, like literally, quote unquote, patriots. I'm just saying the definition of what I would say is a patriot. They even call themselves patriots. Are domestic terrorists now. So it's just now, once I start to see, like, whatever the government tells me, I believe the opposite.
I don't believe
they're like, oh, go kill all these Muslims. Yeah, some Muslims, they probably have some hardcore stuff they do with their women, Sharia law and stuff. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying I'm not saying Christians are perfect. I'm not saying Jews are perfect. I'm not saying any religion is perfect. We shouldn't hate each other because they're part of that religion. Like, that's just obvious, That's and obvious. So I mean, but we're gonna demonize Muslims like they were just, the worst people in the world, which is provably false. I mean,
their communities here in America are full of entrepreneurship and their business owners.
Yeah, it's just they're not all terrorists.
Families. They're born
they're usually business owners, and I mean, seriously. So it's not.
They should align with. They do align with us on everything, and yet we've ignored them, and we have have isolated them to the point where they didn't even want to talk to us. Now, thank God that wall is like crumbling down because of the school, the pornography, the books in the schools.
That is coming down. I think that is because now people are starting to realize we're fighting more of a spiritual war of like good versus evil. And so the people that do have at least a connection with the creator, whether it's a different creator than a Muslim or a Jew or this or that, you know, people can actually find solace or find accompaniment with somebody else that cares or thinks that there's a higher power, because it's like this atheistic mindset that you just evolved from pond scum and that two rocks smashed together and sex doesn't matter. It's kind of that's kind of the poisoning, the transgender where you don't have a sex or race. That's like literally satanic and demonic, which we use that a lot. We kind of overuse it, but there's really no other way to describe it. And these people that do believe in a high power are kind of like, whoa, that's bad. Well, at least we're on the side of good in comparison to the, you know, gender reassignment and just, you know, the insane stuff. I actually talk about this all the time. It really, these people that rule the world, and I believe it comes from the Bible, and it comes from Genesis chapter 11, verse 9. And then if we want to get real weird, you flip that, that's 9/11. But in that's the story of the Tower of Babel. It is weird, but the Tower of Babel was about Nimrod, who was, you know, the Antichrist who wanted to build a kingdom to heaven to go kill God. And what happened was God struck him down and made everybody speak different languages, and they broke off and they couldn't build this tower to the kingdom of heaven, the Tower of Babel. But what these people here on earth are doing, they're trying to reverse engineer that. They want us under one ruler, like one government, one control, one money system.
One banking system.
One banking system. And that will basically be theoretically Satan. It will not be like, you know, this godlike future, you know, godlike, you know, ruler or whatever. It's just, I know that's weird and that's, you know, metaphorical and hyperbolic, but I do believe that's their plan. That's what the whole globalization, the one world order, they want us under one ruler. And when that happens, that one ruler, Satan, is probably here on earth. So, yeah, it's a battle of good versus evil.
We really only have one thing to say about that.
Shame on you.
Love that guy. I think that you should team up with Hassan Shami and go to the Dearborn. You need to go to the Dearborn meetings. I would love to see you in Dearborn.
Everybody, and Megan, I gotta go here in a second. I gotta do something at 10:30. I hope you don't mind if I run here a second. But I want to leave you on this. I got to be at every meeting. Now a guy just messaged me. Every day I get a message, and I want to go, and I want to go to these big meetings too. I do. It's just killing me. Like, I got to go to Dearborn, then I got to go there. This is my point, though. I love the followers. I love YouTube subscribers, Instagram. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, oh, I don't like it when you retweet. I love that. But my favorite thing, I love it when somebody comes up to me and they send me a video. It's like, I spoke in my city council meeting. I spoke in my school board because you did it. You inspired me. A lot of people want to go speak, and I'm telling you, public speaking is some people's biggest fear. It's up there like tarantulas and bugs and, whatever horrible things flying in a plane.
Yeah.
But after you do it, you feel very cathartic. And even if you don't go up there and give them, a freaking, the Gettysburg Address or something, it doesn't have to be the best speech in the world. I'm telling you, you will feel better and you will feel like you did something. You stood up for yourself, because I can't stand up for everybody. And I do want to come to the cities. I want to be in Dearborn, Michigan. I want to be in wherever the heck there's the most drama. In Loudoun County, that's the big one I got to go to. In Virginia,
there's
right
one
outside
in
of DC.
Virginia tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's not Loudoun County, but there's another one where Moms for Liberty are going to be there with Gays Against Groomers. It's going to be great.
Because they're all near DC. That's why those are such big ones. Because there's like politicians' kids go to school there, and there's just a lot of pull. And so I'm going to be there. But guys, go out there and speak for yourself. You be the next person that goes insane for the Ukraine. You be the next person that goes viral yelling, because you don't have to go there in a woman's bathing suit like me and be an imbecile. Tucker Carlson and all the people, they like it when they're serious too. I'm saying, the media.
You can wear super tits instead.
Or you can wear super tits. I mean, I'm just saying there's a bunch of different angles. Everybody likes it all. There's different strokes for different folks. So what might play on Laura Ingraham, might play on Jesse Waters, might play on this, might play on CNN. You just never know what you go and do and say that will get picked up, and that could potentially go viral. You might not even want to go viral. So go out there and speak for yourself. For me, it changed my life. And now it's like, I think it's actually kind of changing a little bit the culture war, because now some of these meetings, they're scared. They're like, oh man, we know there's going to be an audience of people, and we know now they can upload it on the internet. And, now it can go viral. Like, this is a new thing where, there's guys who kind of go and troll city council meetings, but it wasn't the same. Now it's like, they know we're coming. They know we got the camera rolling, and we know at any moment they can get. Oh, it's great.
They need to be held accountable. Thanks so much for being here, Alex Stein. And write in Alex Stein's name for judge in the 301st Family Court District in Dallas. If you are in Dallas, I expect you to write in Alex Stein on that line. Write it in.
Stein on the line. Sign me up. All right. Thank you,
Stein on the
Megan.
line.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great
So good.
stuff.
So good.
Thanks for letting me be here.
Sorry you didn't get even a word in edgewise.
Oh, no, it's okay. I didn't really have much to say. Just wanted to be here and
Just wanted to be
acknowledge.
just basking in the glow of Primetime 99.
Yeah, pimp on a blimp forever.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.